everybody, I'm Amy Nomaly and I'm here with Kevin.
Hey, what up? Welcome to Union City, and today we're going to check out this dope restaurant, Muslim Chinese spot, which is owned by Peter.
Hi, my name is Peter. I call Peter. My name is Dilim Latif Padir. And then welcome to the Sama Uyghur cuisine. We're at the 1737 Dakota Road, Union City. Uyghur.
Okay, and then what is the name of the restaurant?
The Sama is one of our, it's our traditional dance's name.
Okay.
So we use the name of our dances. The Uyghur is our ethnic Turkic minority from China. So Uyghur is our ethnic identity.
Okay. Yeah. So Sama, show me. Do you know how to do the dance?
Hey, yeah, of course. This is our traditional
Okay,
dance.
a little bit.
Okay. A little bit.
I'm a dancer too, so
Really?
I like seeing dances from.
Without music, it's a little bit weird, but that's kind of like this.
Oh, okay. I think we need to get some music. We will get some music, and I want to see some dancing.
Okay. Our music and dance is our part of our life.
Yeah. It's part of everything, It's like keeps you moving. So Kevin and I decided to get 5 dishes from Sama for our little meal together. We decided to start off with this big steamy plate of dolan kowap. It's a stir-fried lamb chop with pepper, cabbage, and chives. And then we decided to move on to dumplings. These dumplings are manta, pumpkin dumplings. And then we wanted to have some noodle dishes, what they're also known for, handful noodles. Legmin is with lamb, veggies, and some special spices. And the one that Kevin said we had to have was tokso kordak, which is big plate chicken. Sauteed and stewed spicy chicken with potatoes over a plate of wide noodles. And then we have some Muslim naan to go and soak up all the juices. And we finish it off with the smashed cucumbers. A nice refreshing end to go with our meal. Cheers. Thank you for joining us for dinner. We are starving over here. We just got our food from Sama. Mm-hmm. We're eating in Kevin's garage. What's up?
Welcome.
So this spot, Kevin's been talking to me for a while now. I can see why you chose this spot. The smells and the flavors are pretty darn amazing.
Yes.
So, you're from Union City?
Born and raised. And yeah, so I feel like, aside from just the great foods and flavors of the spot, I feel like it's such a solid representation of the area. Not ethnically necessarily, but I mean, we have a strong, huge Filipino population here. Mm-hmm. A strong.
Oh, but this is.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm. We got a strong Indian population, Afghan population. There's a large Japanese community that dates back from the 40s. The Latino community is huge out here from the migrant farm workers since way back when.
Is it like pockets, or are they pretty mixed all over? Because Union City's not a huge city.
No.
That's a lot of different.
Yeah. It's pretty blended. You have, you go out to the east, there's a strong, it's predominantly Latino. Mm-hmm. Out in the west, it's very, it's very Filipino dominated, and everyone else is kind of sprinkled in between. Mm-hmm. But with this going to Sama's, it's like you kind of get everything. Being a Muslim Chinese spot, it's one, it's not as common as typical Chinese spots. You get a strong ethnic sense of the food, and that's similar to Union City in the sense where there's a bunch of there's a strong immigrant presence within all these different ethnicities.
So what about yourself? What is your cultural background? What do you identify as? Where's your family from?
I'm a Filipino American.
Cool.
First generation. Parents immigrated straight into Union City. Landed SFO, started living with my mom's brother out here, got their own spot, and you know, same thing. Petitioned their family to come over. They started staying with us, got on their feet, and you know, got their jobs. And yeah, there's a constant influx. Like, you have generations of Filipinos out here, and you got a bunch of first gens.
Okay,
you know?
just saying this. You are a very large and in charge Filipino.
Oh yeah, I be eating.
But even just your whole family.
You're the same size as my mom. I'm just abnormal.
Is your dad like a?
No, he's like maybe 5'5", 5'6". I think just growing up, I ate all the fish heads and got all the nutrients and just got big. You know, just kind of yes, yeah. But yeah, what was the question again?
When you culturally, do you identify with the Filipino culture, or you feel like you uphold?
I think for the most
values?
part, yeah, definitely raised in a traditional Filipino household. Understand the Tagalog. Morally, all that, you know, being raised in a strict upbringing. But at the same time, you know, I acknowledge the influences around me growing up outside of the household, and I'm just a combination of everything. You know.
For those of you guys who don't know, I met Kevin through a friend, Bobby V.
Shout out to Bobby.
What's up? But you are a curator of art, and you like to promote a lot of the artists and the people who aren't normally in the limelight, but primarily from East Bay, right?
I mean, not necessarily. I am from the East Bay. I take a lot of pride in how I was raised and how it influenced me growing up.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of the curating side, I'm just a fan of dope shit. You know, I'm a fan of the underdog. I'm a fan of people who have to work twice as hard to get to certain places as opposed to everyone else who are given an assist to make it. You know.
Yeah.
Those people have character. Like, they need the heart. They need the character to overcome. So, just to be a fan of the wiggle. How they move, how they hustle, like, that's very important to me, and that's something admirable. And being a fan, just in general, like, you want to make sure to take care of their process. You know, if you're a fan of a certain musician, like, you know, you would do a lot of things to, you know, do things to help them get to a certain level. And I feel like in doing so, like, you'll be reciprocated. That energy will be reciprocated back to you, indirectly, directly. You know, it's not like that's what I'm after, but I'm just a firm believer in helping people do good makes me do better, if that makes sense.
So how did you originally find that faith in yourself for bringing these people together? How did you feel that you, like, one day you decided to get involved, or what was the thing that started it off for you?
Just wanting to do dope shit and not having any of the talent to do the dope shit.
You're a jack of all trades.
Master of none. I was never like a great artist. I never had the hand talent, but I was always an appreciator of it. I was always into music, but I couldn't really play an instrument. So I figured, you know, I was trying to be around people, be around the scene, and get myself involved in a way to submerge myself in it without not necessarily be the focal point of it. And just through that curiosity, through those wants, I just showed up more, started doing things. I discovered Stiff when I was in college. I had a bunch of homies who were into progressive visual arts, and they took me to a show there. And I was just enthralled about what they're doing. And that inspired me to start my own theater troupe over in college, which was, and the focus on that was Filipino American plays. So Binoslip Studios is a Filipino American performing arts space that focuses on theater, screen writing, video, just a great hub of dope artists. And so I was exposed to people who played music or in bands, people who shot video, people who made music, people who acted, people who wrote, did poetry, screenplays, stage plays. And so being exposed to these different processes helped me understand how to learn key components of process and apply it to different settings. So in the theater, it was like, learning a writing process and then switching that out into how are you going to mount a play or build a set or do lights or, anything. And that's what trained me to get into curating, being able to deal with multiple creative minds, different aspects, different mediums. And yeah, if it wasn't for my experiences in the theater, I wouldn't be who I am today. Thank you, Binoslip Studio.
What's one of the problems and the hardships that you do having to maintain a lot of this stuff that you face, that you've come across over the years?
Money. Money is the grease that will make the gears go smooth. I guess throughout the whole process of it, I was always juggling. I was going to school, doing theater, get a job, curating the city. So I've always had this. I always had one hand in one thing to keep my financials straight. And I've always had another hand in something else to keep my mind straight.
If you could, would you quit your day job? You're a chemist, right? To do this full time?
Some of us are blessed with the talent and the opportunity to make a living doing what they love. You love video games and you're artistic, and now you're like making a great living designing video games graphically.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them, so I have to keep my hands in multiple places to make it happen for me. Because working in the lab pays the bills, pays for my cell phone, pays for my food, pays for my gas, pays for my rent. Until then, we're gonna make it happen. I've had business ventures. A lot of it failed, where these opportunities were trying to combine the things I love doing and make a little money off of it, and some of it succeeded, some of it failed, but end of the day, I got great relationships with good people. I did it in an honest way, and I'm still here, still making a little bit of money.
Do you not like your day job?
I'm good at it. I like the people I work with, but to say I like it, it's working in lab. You're always working for you're working for a good cause for a lot of things, to help people out. So that's always a given.
Yeah.
But it's not. Is it what I'm passionate about? That's where I could say, my passion lies somewhere else.
Yeah. But you wouldn't be one of those people like, I'm gonna drop what I got, pursue my passion, stick and bones. Is that a thing? Stick and bones? Skin and bones? Skin and bones, there we go.
I'm too old. I'm too old for that. I need some stability.
Yeah.
I need health insurance. I need to make sure like I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
Pay my rent. But that's why I choose to hold on to the other things, so I can allow myself to do the stuff that I really do love, because I'm doing it for free. You know, the energy and stuff I put into there, I'm doing it for free.
The love. Yeah. So what's next in the? Are you setting goals, and what's next in the year? Or halfway through 2019.
My goals is to just not lose myself. My goal is to keep my integrity intact. When shit gets harder, you know, people tend to compromise a lot of things, and that's something I hope to not do. As long as, you know, whether I'm keeping this balancing act together, whether something pops off, I have to keep my integrity intact.
What do you think is success, and how far do you feel like you're from getting there, or do you feel like you are already there?
Yeah, success. I am successful. I'm happy. I'm alive. I'm healthy. Eating good ass lamb chops.
Yeah.
Everything else is just gravy. But I'm there. I'm meeting good ass people. Yeah, I am successful. I'm surrounded by like-minded individuals who are willing to hustle honestly, just like I am.
Right? It's
Finally.
like you forget how good it is. You know, I'm on number 2. I'm about to go for a number 3.
And insomnia.
Yeah. Sama, Peter, outdoing yourselves over here.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Sama.
I think when I had Muslim Chinese food in the past, I think it was definitely more Chinese food with a hint of like extra spice. Like this is a completely new flavor palette. Like. Oh yeah, and then you work on shoes and stuff, right?
Oh yeah, and also restore sneakers. We're in my garage. I'm currently apprenticing under the homie John Manalo. He's my mentor for it. He works in, you know, it's our little studio space over here. As you can see, there's a little bit of the stuff behind us. That's another thing. Another cool thing I like to dabble in is the whole sneaker restoration game.
Okay, do you actually save money by restoring, or is it like a therapeutic thing?
Definitely not saving money because it is expensive to get the material.
Yeah, I would think so.
Sometimes costing more than a shoe, but you know, you gotta love it. You gotta love the aesthetic. You gotta love, you know, not just a general love for sneakers, but for certain eras, certain shapes, you know, certain details to the shoe, and you want to preserve it as much as possible, you know, or keep the spirit of the shoe intact. Yeah, and so I started off as a person who wanted to keep his shoes intact, keep the spirit intact, and next thing you know, started trying to learn how to do it, like having an inquisitive mind to try to understand why does certain chemicals do this, why do certain processes need to happen in order to make the shoe work, you know, bring it back to life. And yeah, the next thing you know, I'm trying to learn myself and just trying to get my game up.
You one who feel like you want to preserve the history of like everything, and you don't like as much of the new stuff, or is it just an ode to that era, or what's your view on that?
It's definitely an ode to an era. And I'm not saying back then. I'm not gonna be on that train of thought of back then everything was dope. I mean, you know, things evolve, things change. So it's not necessarily about preservation.
Yeah.
It's about keeping the spirit. You know, it's all about the soul of it, and I guess that's what's more important.
Almost done with our food over here. But this has been a nice little meal.
Yes. Not little, but very nice.
A little, you know, it's a warm up. It's a warm up to the real thing.
Peace.
Peace. Thank you for joining me for Food for Thought. This is Amy, and that was Kevin, and we'll see you next time.